God, she's leaving. This girl's been here for days. Had just about enough, you know what I mean? As many of you out there know, I'm 0 for 2 on marriages, so having one single woman around for a few days is way more than I can handle. But bye, see you, Vish.
Bye, John.
Vish from New York Young Republicans is here. All right, I'm trying to just zap in. Do I have Xen?
I'm right here, my darling.
Mike, do we have Xen?
I'm
I
here.
do not hear Xen.
Yeah,
I'm here. Can
Xen?
you see me?
you gotta have the earpiece in.
They're in.
There we go.
All right. I don't know. I don't have Xen yet, so if you can get me. She doesn't have a. She's muted. All right. I wanted to go over some of that stuff. With Midge, there's still a lot going on out there. And people come down on me, busting my chops and everything else about, why'd you read that? I don't have Xen.
Hear her?
No, I don't hear her at all.
I'm right here. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
It says mute, this thing. Xen?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
It says mute. You have the channel muted or something.
I do know.
No?
Mike, I'm telling you, it says mute.
No.
All right, I'm sorry about that. All right, we're trying to roll out here. We'll have Xen Sams with us in just a minute, I'm sure. I am back where I belong, and I think I belong on Newsmax, but I was also kind of longing to come back to you guys, my regular audience, because there's so much going on, and somehow I'm a guy who's trying to do the news, and one way or another I just keep ending up in the news. I do not hear her at all.
Michael, can you hear me?
And why are you in the news, JT? What's wrong with you? What's happening? I don't know.
Mike, can you hear me?
Newsmax, I'm filling in for my buddy John Bachman now. I have a long friendship with John Bachman. Okay, he's one of the longest tenured men or people at Newsmax TV. And I would not have ever got on Newsmax TV if it were not for the efforts of one John Bachman, who shaped an idea with me called Table Talk, which Chris Ruddy, the CEO of Newsmax, decided that he was willing to give Vito Fossella and I a chance on. So we did Table Talk 4 years ago, right after Donald Trump won. We called it the Road to the Inauguration. We went around the country and talked to people about all the things that were on their mind. Why did Trump win? How did he win? He was a long shot. Why did he beat? How did he beat Hillary? Why did so many people stay home on Hillary? And that kind of frank, visceral, human conversation with the American people on Newsmax took root, and from there, I became a weekly personality on Newsmax, and Newsmax said, "Hey, if you want to get on there, you want to get a shot, we're going to put you in the worst spot we got." And they put me on Sunday afternoons at 1 p.m. against the NFL. So if you really want to try to make a TV guy fail, put him on at 1 o'clock kickoff for NFL football. The lucky thing that happened for good old Uncle JT here is it was the same year that Colin Kaepernick decided to start kneeling before the games, and there was all this brouhaha out there, and people were saying, "Screw you, NFL," and they were looking for alternative programming. So me, many people think I'm saying, "Oh, JT, you're so smart, you came up with this, that." Academically, I'm not that smart, but what I lack in school smarts, I kind of make up for exponentially. Whoa! There's Xen. Okay. Yeah, I thought I said unmute her. Okay, there we go. Xen, she's way too loud, Mike. You got to lower her level. Lower her level on the board. All right. As I was saying, what I lack in school smarts, I make up for in street smarts. And people kind of started liking the idea of this guy Johnny T. He don't say it like everybody else, but he kind of says what I'm thinking. So, and there it went. It went from What's the Deal to Liquid Lunch, and then I got so lucky that this wonderful angel was delivered from heaven to our show, and her name was Xen Sams. She's a model. She's an actress. She's a philanthropist. She's a mom. But more than that, she's a great friend of mine and the show. Sorry for that tech problem there, Xen, but welcome back.
Good job on Newsmax. I'm a big fan. You did a great job.
Thank you so much. I got your note. I'm sorry I didn't respond to it, but it meant a lot to me. And of course, somehow or another, I get thrust into a spotlight that I wasn't looking for, although I am usually seeking any spotlight I can find. And Midge was saying, JT, every host read that thing. Why did they I don't know why they zeroed in on you. Why did you go viral? And I was like, well, I don't know. Maybe I'm the most handsome host, and they figured they wanted me to, be the one to go viral. Or more likely, Xen, many of the comments were haters. And they were saying Newsmax sucks, and John Tobacco's a sellout, and where'd they get this Goomba, and Johnny T's an extra from Goodfellas, So I think the opportunity was ripe to make a lot of ethnic jokes against me, which kind of perpetrated itself. But whatever. Listen, 5 million views is probably more than I have on all my Insta and Facebook put together. So.
Exactly. 5 million views is 5 million views. No press is bad press.
Yeah, I mean, unless there's a young kid involved. But yeah, I mean, I'm with you, and I don't think it's really a personal reflection on me, other than I am a principled person. I have my own views, but like anybody else, when you go to work for corporate, you got to get in line with corporate's views, or you got to take some ideological principled stance, which takes food off your table. So, and I do understand why Newsmax and other channels are doing this, especially Newsmax, because they have to at least build a dossier of defenses against, all right, here's what we said, now leave us alone, and it's I don't know, Xen. I'm sorry to talk about me in your segment. We have plenty of time to talk, so all right. Lawmakers reach a deal on the COVID-19 relief, including $15 billion for movies, theaters, live venues, and radio stations. What's happening here? They're not even open.
This was perhaps, the greatest interest to the industry is the inclusion of this $15 billion in aid specifically for movie theaters and live performance venues. Then this is targeted specifically at operators, promoters, and agents who have seen their revenue dry up as the pandemic forced the closure of these public spaces or severely limited capacity. So the bill also addresses some of what earlier COVID-19 relief packages missed, including an expanded eligibility for unemployment benefits for workers who have a mix of like traditional and freelance employment income, like we know some of the artists do. That classification includes a number of music and entertainment industry workers. SAG and AFTRA and the Recording Academy advocated for those types of workers to be included. So that was major for the bill. There's an act called the Save Our Stages Act, and that would be targeted to small and medium-sized theaters and venues with 500 employees or less, and to those that lost at least 25% in revenue. So it applies to multiple aspects of the live and theatrical business, including venue operators and the performing arts organizations, museums operators, and even talent representatives. So the package, John, allocates $15 billion for theaters and other cultural institutions. And we have Pelosi and Schumer. They also said that the relief bill will include provisions so that a wider scope of newspapers, TV stations, and radio stations will be eligible for Paycheck Protection Program loans.
Yes, I'm going in for some of that cash show. I'll tell you that.
Listen,
Xen.
That relief is aimed at what you're doing. It's for small businesses, but a number of media outlets didn't qualify because they have a large, they have a big parent company. So the bill is expected to include language to provide loans to individual media outlets, but not their parent companies.
Ah, okay. So I got to be an individual media outlet. That's good.
Yeah.
All right, we got a minute left, and I'm sorry, but I got to go here. How do you make your woman feel sexy during the strangest holiday season she's ever known?
You know what? You're making your woman feel sexy isn't as simple as saying, baby, you're looking fine. Telling her how beautiful she looks is important, but there's a lot more to it than that. No one just wakes up feeling sexy, in the morning.
I do.
Your girl might wake up and she might feel like she looks disheveled. It's your job as a partner to make sure that you're telling her every minute of every day how beautiful she looks, even in her most unflattering, moments, especially during this holiday season.
So you're basically saying lie to him.
Hey, no, I didn't say that.
All right, I like the way you're thinking, but all right, Xen, I'm sorry we had some issues. I'm sorry we had to cut it short there. But thank you so much for always being there. And by the way, I do personally wake up feeling sexy. Myself.
Well, you should. You're Mr. John Tobacco.
I love you. All right, Xen Sams, thank you very much, darling. We'll see you soon. We'll see you in just a couple minutes. Don't go anywhere. Joe Hagan's going to be here to give you a whopper of an update on what's happening on Wall Street right after this.